Hey everybody, welcome to the Stream Like a Boss.tv show. This is also Tanya Smith, in case you don't know who I am, with Get Noticed with Video. And I want to talk to my ladies tonight. I want to talk to just us. So if you're a guy and you're listening in, it's all good. You might learn a little something, but I really want to talk to and about us. First, before I do that, let me say hello and welcome you to the Stream Like a Boss television series online. I am really, really excited to be here every week with you to talk about tips that will help you as a service provider, typically women who are coaches, consultants, and course creators, but helping you to feel more equipped, better equipped to be able to use on camera content so you can serve more people, stand out, and sell more of your stuff. So, thrilled to be here tonight to talk about this particular topic. Now, last week we were focused on a very, very technical topic because I can kind of waffle between the two, right? I can go between and talk to you about technology and break down how to use live streaming platforms and apps and gear and all of that. And that's what we did last week. But I also have to pepper some of my live streams with a little bit of the mental and the back end of what it means to do any type of media content, especially when it comes to video. So I want to talk to my ladies. I want to talk to you a little bit about why we don't do video, why we don't get on camera, why we don't do live streaming. What is it that holds us back? There are a couple of things. There's actually more than a couple of things, but I'm going to focus on just three. So, three for the purposes of this evening. And I will do so with the help of a little visual. I'm going to use an app called Prezi because you know I do. Ooh, I'm not talking to you, Siri. I'm talking about Prezi, not Siri. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about these three things that hold us back. And what I will do is I will, first of all, turn my watch off because apparently it thought I was talking to it. And then next, I'm going to pull up Prezi. Now, Prezi is an app for those of you who like to know some of the technology behind the scenes, like what am I using today? I am actually broadcasting from Melon, and I'm broadcasting into multiple spaces. So, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the different channels. And what I'm going to be using is an app called Prezi as my virtual cam. So it is going to allow me to show a few little extras more than normal to just kind of demonstrate the points that we're going to make tonight. So if you are someone who has said before, hey, I'm going to go live, I'm going to do live stream video, if you're a woman who has said this, and then you found yourself somehow backtracking, like you were backpedaling and decided, no, I think I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do it after all, then I want you to just go ahead and type in the comments and say me, like have a little emoji that says me, or type a number one, if that's you, because I know all of us have been there at some point in time. The other thing I want to do is to definitely acknowledge the folks that are in our live streaming for service providers Facebook group, as well as those who are in our Stream Like a Boss network. I just want to give you a woot woot and let you know that I am here to support you. If you've got questions, if there are comments, feel free to put those into the chat as we talk. And I'll be looking for those so I can respond to them, even if it's after our live stream is aired. So let's talk about this first thing that holds us back. I want to showcase for you a couple of really quick points. But the first one I think is one that is a really common one. It's one that I definitely have embraced at different times in my social media and coaching career. And this first one is I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going live. It's energy, it's our energy level. It feels low, it feels like it's non existent. Now, look, here's one of the things that I'll tell you. It could be for a number of different reasons that you're facing this as a roadblock. This could be one of the main things of the three that's holding you back as a woman from doing live stream video and for getting on camera because your energy level is low. There are a number of different reasons. So, one, I'll tell you, I'll just be transparent. I'm going to talk about myself. I won't talk about my clients, although I could, but I'm going to talk about myself and be really transparent with you about me. When I first started doing live streaming video, one of the things that held me back the most was the whole energy level thing, because I was working full time, doing my corporate thing, in addition to also managing the household with kids and animals, pets, the juggling of the business and the corporate career, all of that. And so by the time I got home and I was running up the stairs to get on screen to do my live stream, I was just tired. I was tired. And so then I shifted and I said, okay, well, what if I tried to do it early in the morning? I'll try it, at 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up and see if that works. My energy at that time, it's great for getting things done, but it was not great for me to pretend that I wanted to be talking to people. I'm an introvert through and through, and I absolutely am not someone who loves to talk to other people in the mornings. If that's you, I want you to type in a me too. Because here's the thing, what I think that we have to really kind of be conscientious about when it comes to our energy levels with video is that video is going to be like a vampire sucking you dry. And one of the things that you have to acknowledge is when you do get on camera, you have to be a little extra of yourself. You got to be like you plus more, right? And so knowing that already, if you come in, if you get on camera with low energy, it's not going to come off well. And you have to know this. So one of the solutions I would suggest that you look into, and you can read more about this, there are lots and lots of articles and blogs and books about this, workshops about it, but looking at your energy cycles and really defining when are you at your high and when are you at your low when it comes to energy. Now, again, I was mentioning that I was coming home from work from the 9 to 5 and just stressed and couldn't wind down in time to get on camera. So it definitely made a difference when I decided, you know what, I'm going to shift the time of day. So instead of me going early in the morning when I knew I didn't want to talk, instead of me going right after I ran up those stairs after a long day of work, I decided to make it at a time that I knew I would have a chance to really decompress and just be myself, be relaxed, but also feel good, right? Put yourself in a situation where you're going to feel good energy. You're going to feel like, hey, I'm giving something of value and I'm being the person that I want to be on camera. So the very first reason why we don't, and again, this can be age related, it can be hormone related, it can be any number of different things, but our energy, we have to kind of watch that and make sure that we're doing all that we can. If we're going to do regular live streams, if we're going to do regular videos, that we're doing all that we can to get past this feeling of, I just don't feel like it, right? So instead of that, we want to be putting ourselves in a position for success, to succeed and to do well. Okay, point number two. Here's point number two, and this is going to really, really, really fit for a lot of women. And let me tell you what inspired me to actually talk about this specific issue is that I found that in a very short period of time this year, I had a number of different cancellations for people to be on live stream. A number of people that said, hey, I'm going to go live. And then they said, no, I'm just not. And I typically work with women. So that's why I can associate very well with some of the trends and the common themes that I'm hearing and seeing. And one of the big things, I'm going to give you a way to guess. So if you're watching the replay, you can type in hashtag replay. If you're watching with me live right now, I want you to guess what is another reason why women do not do live video? Here it is. My hair isn't right. And look, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. We can be some of the most vain people on earth, on the planet. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it is what it is. I love to feel like I look wonderful before I get on camera. I want to be as close to perfection as possible. We all want this. We all want to be polished. We want to feel our best. We want to present our best. And especially as professional women who are trying to represent our brands in a way where people will believe in us, where we have credibility, we we struggle at times to put ourselves on camera simply because we don't feel like we're at our best. So our appearance somehow is not what we want it to be. And I promise you, the most common one is my hair just isn't right. My hair is not right today. I wish that I had my hair done. And look, I get it. I get it because I'm with you. And let me tell you, when I first started doing live streams more consistently, and some of you have heard the story about the woman who got on my chat while I was doing a live and she popped up her comment about my hair and how unprofessional I was. So you know it's a thing, right? It's not just a thing for us, but it's also a thing for some others who are carrying baggage that they want to put on to us, right? And so I'll give you the solution here. I'll give you a couple of things that I had to explore and see if any of this might resonate for you. If you find yourself constantly saying, well, my hair's just not right and I just can't get myself to look the way that I want to before I get on camera, and that's why I'm not doing my live stream. If you find yourself saying that or doing that, then what you want to do is find a way to fix that. Now, I'll tell you a couple of solutions that I ended up adopting. One is I used to go live on Mondays and some Tuesdays. Tuesday was my hot day. That's the day when I decided, okay, I'm going to be on live stream. And hello there, I do see you in the comments. It's good to see you. One of the things that I decided to do, because I knew my hairstylist and the salons weren't going to be open on Mondays. Most of them aren't, at least not in our communities. I knew they weren't going to be open on Monday. So I thought, you know what? If I'm so blocked by doing these lives on Tuesdays regularly because I'm worried about how I look, you know what? I'm going to move the day that I go live. I'm going to move it to a day after or a day during my stylist day, right? So that way I could remove that excuse. And if you're listening to what I'm saying, the main point of all of these things I'm about to share with you, I'm on point number 2 now, is that you have to, when you identify that you're making excuses and that you're giving yourself permission to get out of doing something that you know can only serve you and serve your community in a powerful way, if you find yourself making those excuses and creating roadblocks, then you can also find yourself a way to remove the roadblocks. And so one of the ways that I removed the roadblock was by moving the date of my hairstyle. When my salon date moved and my video date moved so that it would coincide, so that I would feel at my best when getting on camera, right? And now, look, I'm not saying that this is a solution for everyone because I know that not everyone is in a position to go and get their hair done every single week or to get it done before every time they decide to go live. But what I'm suggesting to you is that for me, that was a solution. Another solution for me was this. I'm going to show you 2 things that I bought. I picked this up, this handy little blingy hat. And I picked up another hat that had my theme. I love my Wonder Woman stuff. So a baseball cap will do in a pinch. The point again was when you find yourself creating and allowing roadblocks, what can you do to purposefully identify ways that you can remove those blocks? So if hair is an issue for you, just like it was for me, just like it's been for several of you who are watching this right now, who we've spoken over the last week or so, and you said, oh, I look horrible. My hair is not where I want it to be. This is for you. If you find yourself consistently being taken aback because you're not doing the things you need to do and you're using excuses like appearance, ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do differently that will help me no longer to embrace that excuse? Whatever that may look like for you, it may look different for you than it did for me. And if you have a solution that you're thinking of because you know you've made this excuse, I want you to pop that into the comments and just state it out loud. What's the solution? What will help you to work around this? So that's number 2. Here's number 3. And this is a light evening. We're not going to be on very long, but I wanted to definitely kind of talk through this whole psychology of why we don't do more video, why we're not consistent. Because we create these blocks for ourselves, right? Here's number 3. Number 3 is, I'm just not into it. I'm just not feeling it right now. Meh, maybe I'll do it another day. I'll do it another time. Maybe this is just not right for me. This is not a good time. Maybe I should move. So when you find yourself doing the mental thing and you're creating this block where you're like, oh, I'm just not into it. You really have to start examining your why. We've talked about this before. We've talked about this in previous live streams. What is your why? And is your why big enough? Is your why, the reason why you're doing video, big enough to hold you to the promise that you made to yourself and to the people that you are supposed to be getting in front of? You told them you were going to be live every week on Wednesday at 11 a.m. You've only done it once. Why is that? Are you telling yourself you're just not into it? And is there something that you can go back to and reignite that passion for and that purpose behind why you said you wanted to do the videos in the first place? What is it that you need to go back to and hang on to? When I think about this for myself, I know that my mission, I know that what I'm gifted to do and what I'm here to do with this whole platform is to encourage and empower and equip women like myself to get over ourselves, to stop taking this so seriously and get on camera. I know I'm probably going to hurt some feelings by saying these things, but at the same time, I hope you'll really think about what I'm saying and that you'll take it in and that you'll say, you know what? That is me. I identify myself in that statement. Get more clear on the reason why you're doing this in the first place. Are you still passionate about the business that you said you wanted to do? Are you still passionate about serving the people who are in your audience? Are you still into the idea of reaching more folks by putting yourself out there and being more vulnerable on camera, even when people don't show up? If the answer is yes, then what can you do to remove the block? What can you do to get past this? I'm just not into it. What can you do? You have to find the answers for yourself. I can tell you the answers for me, and I can share those little mini stories about what I've gone through, but nothing is going to be as powerful as you really taking an inner look and making some decisions about how you're going to change your path. If your trajectory right now is such that you're realizing, you know what, I'm not going to do the lives like I said I was, that's okay too. My question for you is, how will you reach your audience? What are you going to do to stand out? How are you going to market and promote your business? What is the other method that you've decided upon? Because there may be other methods that you choose that are right for you, and that's okay too. That's awesome. But don't give up the pursuit of being more visible simply because you're okay with making these excuses and allowing those to change your path. So I'm going to go back through them really quickly one time, and I'm going to look for your comments and for your questions and for your real statements about how you want to make changes. I'll read those over the next couple of days. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is one of my favorite tops. I had to do something a little bit fancy earlier. All right. So let's go back through this really quick recap. The first one was, I don't feel like it. Let me pop it up real fast here. I don't feel like it. So energy holds us back as women, and making sure that we look into our cycles of energy. Like, when are we at our most powerful during the day? When do we feel like we can just rule the world? And how do we put ourselves in a situation where we're on camera at that time? The second one was appearance. My hair isn't right. Okay, go invest in one of these. They're like 20 bucks or less, depending on what you find. There's a little shop here that I used to go to that where I could find all kinds of little blingy things. What can you find? Or can you contact your stylist and say, hey, I want to come in on this day and I'm going to adjust my live stream schedule on the day after or the day of, so that I always look and feel at my best. And then number three was watching that mental. Because if your reason has changed, okay. If your passion has changed and has declined for the business that you said you wanted to do, if your passion has declined for the people that you wanted to work with, or your audience has changed, you thought you wanted to work with this group over here, but you're finding that that's really draining and it's not really supportive and it's not filling your soul, okay, make that change. But don't allow any one of these three excuses to hold you back and to keep you from being who you're meant to be, and to keep you from delivering the powerful message that you're intended to deliver. Because I truly believe, if you want to, if you choose to, if you are more consistent and you're using video, it can be one of the most impactful ways that you can transform lives and change businesses. I really, really do believe that. I wouldn't be here saying it if I didn't believe it with all my heart. So if it's something that you want to do and you need a little help with removing those blocks, reach out to me, just DM me, send me an email, text message. All my contact information is always on my socials. Reach out. In fact, let me do this. I'll make sure I pop up my little banner so that you have that too. Reach out to us at streamlikeaboss.tv. All of my socials are there, and my community and my support group, all of those are right inside that link. Or you can visit us at getnoticedwithvideo.com. All right, folks. So I just felt like that was the message that needed to be shared today. I've been hearing a lot of you say, oh, I wanted to get on camera, but I just something. There's always a something, the dot, dot, dot. So I hope that this has given you some nuggets to think about and to chew on for yourself, and that you'll make the changes that need to be made so that you can shine on camera. All right. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the week. I'm going to take a little bit of time off over the weekend, but I'm also going to be on tomorrow. For those of you who are part of our Stream Like a Boss network, we're going to be going live inside of the private exclusive community. So my membership academy will be having access to our office hours. We're going to talk about the brand new program that I'm going to be launching, called Launch Your Live Stream Show. And so we're going to really touch on some things and get a little bit deeper into this whole idea of the mental, but we're also going to talk about the fun stuff like the studio set and the gear and all of the fun things. I'm just excited. I love that you are starting to enjoy going live. I love this. I love it. I love that you said that, and I love this comment too. Thank you so much. Something has lit up for me. Look, that's the reason why I do these. It's not always something that touches everybody. In fact, I'm looking for a shirt now. If anybody knows if they want me to support someone who's made this T-shirt, I need a T-shirt that says "I'm not for everyone." I think I've seen that on powerandblack.com. So I'm going to go get that, because look, we don't have to be for everyone, but our message is meant for someone. And unless we put ourselves out there, Unless we are vulnerable and show ourselves to be available and position our flag somewhere and say, this is what I stand for, there are people out there that need to hear the message that you have. And they're not hearing it because you're quiet, because you decided my hair, or I don't feel like it, or any of the things that we talked about tonight. So, who is missing out on you because you've made a decision to allow those blocks to stay in place? I just want you to think about that, and let's get those out of the way so we can do what we're intended to do. We got to serve, do the business we're meant to do. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening, and I will talk with you soon. So my newsletter will come out tomorrow, and we'll be doing office hours tomorrow for those of you who are part of the communities, both on the email side as well as inside of our academy. I look forward to staying connected, and if you have enjoyed a little bit of what we talked about tonight and you want to hear more, don't hesitate to like, follow, and subscribe. And I will see you on next week in the stream.